Welcome back, guys. So, I have technically finished this game, but there's still something I haven't taken care of. Mainly because to finish all the naval missions, you first have to finish the main game. By the way, doing them, I have unlocked this fancy naval outfit you can see here. It's cool, isn't it? Anyway. One of my ships just came back from the last fleet mission, so let's see what I have got. By the way, I am currently in Anticosti. This is because it is where the most powerful level 60 men of war spawn, and since they are the most powerful ships you can add to your fleet, I went here to capture a couple of them. Here we are a man of war. This is the only non-level 60 man of war I have in my fleet. It's only a level 49, I think. So mission, let us take charge from now on. The Spanish hold on the Philippines and Marina is tenuous at this best. This is the perfect time to help the British Crown take over. Send a ship with 15 troops and 15 spies to help their efforts. Okay. So I did this and I received a letter. And obviously that was the last mission with another fleet. By the way, let's take a look at mine. This is my where I have 3 ships, 3 brigs, lot of frigates, I think there are 6, and then 3 men of war. Is the La Condamine, the 49, and then my 2 level 60. As you can see, they are maximum firepower, maximum cargo space. But actually, there's never a mission where you need 19 or 90 of cargo space. So now I should unlock complete the last Abstergo challenge, which is doing all this. Let's wait for this. Oh, here it is. Complete all trading missions. And now I should unlock a cheat. Here it is, Kaliach gift. So I got Skeleton Crew. Basically it's the same as Black Flag, where the last chip that you can unlock is basically the same. So that's it. But I didn't do this video just to show this. I want to finally read the letter I unlocked through the game. Let me see where they are. Templars maps. Where? Maybe quest items. Nope. Obviously not having this. Maybe in the database. Wait, there were statistics? Oh damn it. I could have read how many convoy ships I still have to see when I was trying to get the related trophy. Stupid of me. Hmm. Where are these documents? Let me just take a look at the ships. Ooh, the Expecto Previa. The Formidable. Ooh, the Movigan. Oh, this was a bad beast. So I have wall letters, cave paintings, and anus fragments. Let's start with wall letters. So, a door of no return. 1751. Grandmaster, we must cease slavery operation from Gore Island at once. We are too close to two major centers from 43. St. Louis in Senegal and Gambia to the south. I release the operation in Sisinitsa will be slow without manpower. Wait a second. This is a reference to Assassin's Creed Liberation, where you get to visit Sisinitsa. That's good. But we risk discovery by our enemy if we continue. Don't worry, Evelyn will discover you. So you don't have to worry about being discovered, because that is what will happen. Already exaggerated reports of Gore's slave trade begin to circulate. Surely you can find slaves closer to the site. The French or Spanish colony in the West Indies are surely more visible. John Harrison, Gore Island. A thief in the night. 1751. There Achilles. Do you remember your auntie Runa? You were but a wee babe when I last saw you. We would not even let you carry a real blade, but from all accounts you are making us proud up there in the north. The reason I am writing to you after all these times that I have gone and made a bit of a mess. You would think, being a master assassin in chief of Havana, that I would have neither the time nor the energy to carry on this. Wait a second. This is the girl in Havana in Assassin's Creed Black Flag. You know, the woman you helped as Edward. So is she a real haunt of Achilles, or just, you know, since they are like in the same brotherhood? I mean, there's a blood relation or not? Yeah. But I would have neither time nor the energy to carry on those downsides with a stunning array of beautiful men to wander through Havana. And yet I feel that I must take every opportunity to enjoy myself, because Lord knows I am not getting any younger. At the very least, you might think I would know better than to get caught in bed with a Templar. Again. I am not making you uncomfortable with all this splendid blutter, am I? You always were such a serious child. Anyway, the scoundrel's name is Raphael Joaquin de Ferrer. Another one from Liberation. He has fled Havana with some of the items bequeathed to me by Hot Boy. Ancient maps of the Yucatan Peninsula and some of my correspondence with other assassins in the West Indies. All over the world. 1746. Brothers and sisters, I am writing to inform you that a new brotherhood is being created in the New World. Already I have allies among English colonists, French colonists, and the indigenous people of the area, like Kisiguwasi. I have sent similar letters of friendship across the New World, for I believe that we are going ever more connected, day by day. I know this was written by Achilles. Shay mentioned Achilles writing these letters at the beginning of the game. If my brother is to succeed, We need allies from all empires, of all genders and of all races, who believe in the same thing, the creed. I hope I can count you among. Yours, Achilles. Arranged marriage. Grandmaster Birch, who is written to Reginald Birch, you know, the guy who murdered Edward Kenway, sell his daughter, Kenway's daughter, into slavery, and in the end takes Atam into Templar order. He lies to Atam about that he was the one who killed his father and sold his sister, well, half sister. Anyway, in the end, this lie will prove to be Birch's downfall. For more information, read Assassin's Creed 3 Forsaken. My informants in Port-au-Prince tell me that Macandal shares your interest in inner relics from the first civilization. He collects them. There were whispers of something called the Heart of the Brotherhood, a fragment of a larger relic that was stolen by a slave woman named Jihan, who had ties to members of his brotherhood. Ooh, Ali's mother. Jihan was sold to a merchant last year, but as luck would have it, that merchant is Philip Oliver de Crompré, who owns a rival business company here in New Orleans. If you can use your influence in the world of economics to dampen his financial prospect, I believe they can secure a relationship through marriage and the promise of renewed stability in his business. The letter must be written by Madeleine Dalil. As always, I appreciate your faith in me. Might the Father of Understanding guide you, Madeleine Dalil, New Orleans. Ooh, this is written to William Johnson. Seriously, oh my, yeah, still to read. Oh, damn it. 1748, Dear Master Johnson, it is a pleasure to make your acquaintance. Grandmaster Birch has made arrangements to connect me to Count Heinrich von Bruno and the appointed secretary of his magnificent library, containing some 40,000 volumes of exquisite knowledge. While on the surface my task is to assist the Count with writing a book on the Holy Roman Empire, he will be penetrating, said, 40,000 volumes for anything which can help the Grandmaster locate any precursor site or relics of power. What a marvelous idea this first civilization is, and what a bold vision Grandmaster Birch has. I have long believed that the only way for us to become great is to emulate the ancient. However, when I first came out of that thought, I was referring to the Greeks and the Romans. But if we could be like those who came before, there will surely be no stopping us. I wonder what kind of art first civilization created. Did they have music? What did they consider to be beautiful? But now, to the point of my correspondence, should you discover any tomes related to the history and mythology of the Indians, people that surround you, please send a copy to yours truly, so that I might add them to my research. Oh, I wish I could publish a book about the precursors. They are my new albeit secret obsession. I suppose I have to settle for publishing books on human art. My Father Understanding guide you, John Joachim Winkelmann. I have no idea how to pronounce the name of this location. And see, 1747, Mademoiselle Madeleine Delille. Your masterful handling of your father's business has not escaped our notice. Your elevation into the upper crust of New Orleans society has not escaped our notice. Your discovery of an order hiding beneath the skin of the world has not escaped our notice. You have our attention. We are well aware of your desire to join our ranks. The dead is our offer. We believe there is something of immense value beneath the ancient Mayan stones of the Yucatan Peninsula. Our endeavor will require large quantity of raw materials, including a constant supply of disposable labor. If your cunning can supply our needs, we will see to it that your power and influence is not limited to the paltry colony of your birth. By receiving this letter, you have already agreed to our demands. Stand ready for further instruction. May the Father understanding guide you. Magdalene Lerashk. Seriously, how many more to read? I'll get tired. 1751. Grandmaster, regretfully, I have not found any trace of the precursor box. However, I believe they are stamped onto something great, a large Mayan city. It is my humble opinion, probably is written by Modern Delil. It is my humble opinion that we should begin an excavation immediately. I request permission to allocate large quantities of resources and manpower to Mexico. Rafael joined the Ferrer. Oh, we're still there. The Ferrer instead of Delil. The Ferrer worked for Delil, which stands a Grandmaster, one of the Templars Grandmaster. So, 1750. Dear Father, I have arrived in Cuba. Since the loss of Grandmaster Torres, the underworld of Havana has been in the grip of the mad Scottish assassin, Runa Dismal. Dismal is old but well protected. I fear there might be no right established here until her brother is eradicated. I fear the West Indies might be lost to us. I will stay in Havana for a time. I will search for this precursor box to the best of my abilities. I trust my work here will erase any debt or family owes to that wretched Birch, loyal son, a Fajukin the Ferrer. I had no idea that Ferrer was working with the Templars because he had a debt. Now I almost regret killing him in liberation. Dead End. 1746. Master Harrison, I don't know what your sources are, but after conducting a true search on Lisbon and the surrounding area, I found no trace of a precursor site. I believe that your intelligence has failed you. What's the date again? This is before Shay went to Lisbon. If there is something else, I must return to my duties, as the nations around us continue to trade has increased. There are other more pressing matters to attend to. I am sorry I could not serve you in this matter. May the Father of Understanding guide you. Duarte George Courier Hido, Santa Maria de Belém. You see, Dead of the Executioner. 1744. Mentor. I follow John Latour to its homeland in the north. The weather does not agree with me, as I am too used to the climate of the West Indies. Yeah, I felt the same way when I began. Probably since the travel was a lot different. And when I was hunting a fish, I didn't have to care about all those stupid icebergs in the West Indies. But I will not let this arrogant bastard know how much I suffer. We arrived in Quebec to find Mathieu Laval, a slave from Martinique who was purchased by the French government to serve as executioner. He was said to possess certain knowledge of the first civilization, but we were too late. Cold weather took his toll on the poor man and he died from an illness last September. I have been a sage. I mean, he knows about the first civilization, so maybe. But all was not lost. To cure Levail's depression, the government procured him a wife from the West Indies. As the marriage could no longer take place, she was brought up for sale. John de la Tour, acting on anything, brought her. and he was right. Though she was scarcely allowed to be in her intended presence due to the fear of detection, the executioner gave her his most trusted secrets, and she promised to keep them safe. I asked for her name. She told me that she had just been baptized Angelique Denise, and before that she had another name given to her by another master. I told her that she no longer had a master. Her freedom would begin with choosing a name for herself. She loved her. She had the most delightful love. Then she told me her name was Abigail. I changed my mind about John the Latour. You are Bishop Achilles. Come. Wait. So this was written by Achilles when he was still young. Family reunion. 1751. Hello, father. The situation in Port-au-Prince remains clean. I think this is another from the Altair. There is still no sign of a Wendy, and I begin to suspect, as you do, that Macandal sent him away with a sinister purpose. I suspect that he is dead, but I do not think it was the earthquake that killed him. Our contacts in the colonies now have revealed that Lawrence Washington has returned with the stolen artifacts in his possession. Your old friend Achilles is there. Wait, does this mean that Preferred father know Achilles some way? I suggest you seek him out. I remain here to do what I can, but Macandal grows ever more established. I fear that by starting over, all the regiment will be driven to committing a truly awful act. As promised, I will keep a watchful eye on him as best as I can. It is my hope that when your business in the colonies has concluded, you will return here. Help me for our brother and may send me home. Please guide me to victory. Babatunde Joseph. Ooh, so I was wrong. Anyway, I don't remember any Joseph might be this guy father in all the story of this creepy room, so I really wonder who his father is and who does not kill him. Ooh, a letter to Master Guest, my dear first mate. 1751. Master Guest, Lady Luck was on my side, and I did not have to find an excuse to abandon my brother in the tropics. George Cott. This was written by Lawrence Washington. So, George caught a small case of smallpox, so he was able to slip away to Port-au-Prince while he recovered. I am relieved that he survived the illness, though it is likely that he will have some scaring. He is a brave boy, and I hope to spare his tender earth from the ugly truth of our most serious business. Once in Haiti, I wasted no time in tracking down the assassins. They are led by one armed leader named Francois Macandal, a reckless tyrant if ever I have seen one. I tracked his men eventually to the entrance of a cave of some kind. My plan was to ambush him on his way out, but as I lay in wait, an earthquake struck. The assassin came running out of the crevasse, but his legs were crushed under falling debris. So that's what happened in Haiti. Basically, this guy eventually was the one who caused the earthquake, and he didn't manage to get out. So he basically did not become Shay. I mean, if we survived, we probably would have betrayed the brother as well, for the same reasons, at least I think. I promised to free him if he told me where Macandal was hiding. He did, and this leak is true. You dumb! I should have liked to explore the cave myself, but the entrance was obliterated. The devastation provided an excellent cover for my approach on Macandal camp. I stole 2 pieces of hidden in his possession. a strange precursor box, and a mysterious manuscript. By the time you receive this, I will already be on my way back to Virginia. Prepare yourself, our true work begins now. Upon my return, we'll be able to share the glad news with the Grand Master in London, Reginald Birch. Then perhaps my leadership in the colony will finally be recognized. May the Father understanding guide you. Lawrence Washington, Barbados. So many more. I have to read. I'm getting tired. First mate. 1751. My dear Chevalier, I am sorry to hear about your trouble with the captain of the Aquila. So, the Aquila already exists. Well, I knew that because of 63. It's a shame I didn't get to, well, at least see it somewhere. A ship like that deserves the best, and as such I will not take her armor. I am unworthy of such a vessel. I will only bring her to ruin, and I will never forgive myself for anything worth it after her. I do feel able to serve as first mate. I will look after that ship as if she were my own flesh and blood. I will make damn sure the crew treats her the same. However, before I set foot aboard, I have identified some obstacles closer to home. I believe that two powerful French shipping companies are Templar owned. The Levesque family of France and the Delisle family down in Louisiana. Yeah, you're right. They are sending twice as many ships out to sea, but their profit do not seem to be increasing. What are those devils hiding? We still have some work to do securing our operation here before I can justify leaving my life here behind and enjoying New York house completely. Until then, I'll do as much as I can to lend aid, but I have a feeling that dark days are ahead for you, Lord. I fear a storm coming, and I am really wrong about it. King Regal Robert Falkland, St. George. So, your first mate in 3. I never actually got along with that guy. I don't know why. Let me see. Fit to serve. 1748. Dear Achilles, thank you for the kind invitation to join your brother, but I must decline. I have recently married my sergeant daughter, and I am committed to serving the Dutch army. Your admiration for my skill and devotion is appreciated, but your concern for my well-being is also appreciated but unnecessary. I will not let the rules of society keep me from my duty. As someone who believes in freedom, I trust you will understand my decision. I wish you good luck to you in your future endeavor. Yours in friendship, Joan R. Brewer. I like that city. So let's go on. 1746. Master Geist, we are basically just sending letters out filled with secret plans and praying they arrive safely. We need a front company or a series of companies to double as a communication network. Master Johnson in New York has recently been appointed as Colonel of the Warriors of the Six Stations. Not only is he well established in the local trade, but his relationship with the Mohawk might well benefit us in the future. I suggest we begin friendly overtures immediately. In the meantime, I plan on influencing my heroes to create a trading company a little closer to home. May the Father understanding guide us. Lawrence Washington, Virginia. Lawrence of America. Ooh, this is a very old letter. The older I read so far. 1738. Master Washington. 3 years ago, I obtained a journal from Edward Kenway. Inspired by the discovery of the observatory. Wait a second, might this be all the journal I got by collecting all those letters in Black Flag? Like I did here, but those were of the same journal instead of various letters. Inspired by discovery of the observatory, he dedicated many years of his life to seeking out other first civilization sites. He found several woods in Italy, of which we are already aware. There was a hollowed-out temple in Altair, but the most interesting part of the journal were his suspicions that something was hidden in the New World, a location so grand that it would make the observatory seem like a latrine. I want this grand temple. I have set it as my oldest highest priority, and I am using every asset at my disposal. I am reaching out to rates across the world. Whatever it contains, be it technology or knowledge, I will use to usher in a new age of peace. As a Master Templar, you have learned your lessons well, and have earned this opportunity. You are my eyes and ears in the new world now. Do not fail me, Lawrence. Might the Father understand and guide you, Reginald Birch. So basically, the Grand Temple in New York, you know, the one of skill tree, was actually discovered by what was theorized to be there by Edward Kenway. Then was discovered at first by Ethan Kenway, then Connor Kenway, but it will not be until Desmond as someone of that bloodline and that's the temple. And this I think established that Lawrence Washington was the Grand Temple of the colonial right, until he was killed by Shay and replaced by Haytham, as we see in the beginning of Assassin's Creed 3. Mediterranean Defense 1748. Senor Achilles, although we have begun preliminary designs for a ship for your new assassin fleet, will be unable to construct her here in Spain. We are concerned over a growing British presence in the area. While on our surface it appears to be its rampant imperialism at play, we suspect its ultimate cause is the Templar Order. It seems that Grandmaster is becoming increasingly obsessed with the legend of the Precursor race. We choose to focus on more worldly affairs, and in accordance with that we are working to appeal to the Spanish crown to prepare us for any conflicts that lie ahead. I have sent our designs to the Assassin Council in France. I believe they are the best hope for an ally at the present time. Respectfully, Gaspar Velasquez, Cartagena, Spain. Oh, no, the guy who saves you when you get thrown into the ocean. 1750, Master Washington, I am less than pleased with paltry results coming from the colony. I have other agents around the globe searching tirelessly for pieces of Eden, and you and your motor crew are busy building a postal service. What is more, I understand that an assassin brotherhood has taken root somewhere outside of New York. This simply will not do. I am making arrangements to transfer one of my agents to the colonies. His name is George Moore. Although he is your better in every way, he will be your subordinate as you are the expert on that part of the world. However, he is there to solve your problems. Make good use of him. Be ready for further extraction. May the fire and understanding guide you, Reginald Birch, through here, France. 1738, so this is almost the same time of the other one of which mentioned Edward Kenway. I reject your offer of help. I've recruited my own brother, liberated from plantations. Wait, so these were written by Adewale? My faithful acolytes are all I need. They are willing to die for our cause. I reject your call for peace. There will be no peace while the French continue to spread across Saint-Domingue like a plague. So might this be a letter to someone from Assassin's Creed Unity, since I think this Anto is a Frenchman. There will be no peace while the French continue to spread across Saint-Domingue like a plague. What would you know of peace, read be such a soft matter as Altair? If I found a precursor relic, I will not destroy it. I will use it early and often as possible. My knowledge of the word comes from search. I have no idea how to pronounce that, so I will not even try. I understand this word in a way you never will. My creed is pure, undiluted by centuries of weakness and compromise. If your so-called assassins oppose me, they may possibly die. If your so-called morons join me, they will surely die. All things end in death. It might as well be French death. Oh wait, it was written by Macandal, not Adewale. Well, it makes sense since Adewale was as well raised by Altair. Let me see, Runus Rinet. 7049. Master Harrison, we regret that you will not be able to attend our soiree. Madame de Pompadour. Now I will do a reference to Doctor Who, but many will not get it, so I will avoid it. Wishes to see the sea, and King Louis XV a chosen or fair city to satisfy her. The visit will no doubt disrupt the finances of the city to a great degree, but that hardly concerns people like us, does it? I trust your Grandmaster Birch is well. Business between our two companies is going rather well. As per his request, we have begun to expand our colonial operation to include searches for precursors elements. We have made contact with Madeleine Delille in New Orleans. We are also talking to our Spanish contemporaries, who are also quite active in the area. They suggest that while gaining access to the Yucatan via the West Indies is dangerous, an entry through the English colonies may be safer. Please, thank Grandmaster Birch for his thoughtful gifts, and rest assured we will inform you if and when we make a discovery. Might the Father of Understanding guide you, Magdalene Levesque L'Albe. So, Savannah, 1751. Grandmaster, Florida, under Alonso Fernandez de Heredia looks to be running smoothly. Already he has established a naval stores industry, and the Spanish government is poised to populate the area. I would expect no less from the first Templar governor the area has seen since Laureano Correa. God rest his soul. As extracted, he continues to send raids against British forces here in Georgia to divert attention away from our operation. As slaves are sent to Florida, he transfers them to Deferrer in Mexico. I recommend that we make Fernandez the governor of Yucatan as soon as possible, as Deferrer's work site will soon need protection from prying eyes. I further recommend that the order leave Florida. Although the assassins have not set foot in Florida for centuries, there is a new brotherhood at work in the northern colony, and Florida is too accessible. I recommend Louisiana as a new base of operation from the Chichen excavation. The little woman has proven herself ruthless and capable. I believe a promotion to Master Templar with the mandate to oversee the Chichen operation will be a logical next step for her. Might the Father Understanding guide you, John Harrison, Savannah, Georgia. The Clerk, 1748. Monsieur Dabadi. I already heard his name before in the North American saga. Let me see. I imagine you have questioned about all this. You are no longer a prisoner of the British Empire. As you are deeply stupid, let me explain to you. Officially, your release is a minor footnote in the Treaty of Aix-la-Chapelle. Unofficially, I freed you. You, at best, remarkable and at worst irrelevant. Not only to your country, but to the history of the human race. Anyway, you belong to me now. I am something of a businessman, and I have need of someone remarkable. Wilson be granted a position in the naval bureaucracy, and I will make use of what passes for your administrative skills. They certainly surpass your skill as a naval officer. To begin, you will be my eyes and ears. Small jobs for small pay. In time, you will speak with my voice, and your rewards will also get louder. I do not expect you to understand at present. All you need to know is this: you serve a noble purpose and a grand master. Charles Gabriel Silver, Baron de l'Espérance, Paris. Let me see. 1747, terrorists defend Nadir Shah. Achilles. Nadir Shah is dead. The fiend, not the fiend. So I misread that. Nadir Shah is dead. By my own hand. The fiend managed to kill 2 of my brothers. However, through David's trickery, the Koh-i-Noor diamond, this was mentioned in the present, one of the audiologue of Otsoberg. The Koh-i-Noor diamond has fallen into the possession of Ahmed Shah. It's like a brother of Adil Shah or something. An Afghan chief. I must pursue him immediately if we hope to claim the peace hidden for ourselves. Although my earth is glad to know I have allies across the world, I regret that I cannot take the time to know you and your cause better. Be well, Salah Bey Kochan. The first colonial assassin. 1740. Mentor. I have arrived in the British colonies to the north. It should be Achilles. While it saddened me to know that I will never see you again, nor benefit from your white counsel, I look forward to the challenge of creating a brotherhood here that will rival the one you created in Tulu. So his mentor is all out of body. However, I have encountered the unexpected. I am not the first assassin to walk these lands. I have met a man called John de la Tour. Oh, right, now I remember. In Assassin's Creed 3, you can use a Connor outfit, which is like it's supposed to be Achilles' outfit, but he actually never wears it in Assassin's Creed Rogue. So I think that was actually made for Connor Davenport, Achilles' biological son, and then Achilles gifted to Connor Kenway, Radonageddon, which is they have like a father-son relation, and actually Radonageddon tells to his biological father Atam that Achilles is the only one who he can call a father, and then kill Atam. So that is the first assassin outfit that Connor can get in Assassin's Creed 3. And then there's 2. Well, there are many others, but the 2 I'm talking about is one, an assassin robe which was in a cave, and this Achilles assassin outfit, the one he wears in Rogue. And then there's another one which is like a predator bonus, is John de la Tour assassin outfit, the first colonial assassin. So I met a man called John de la Tour from a powerful and established family in Acadia to the north. He claims to be receiving instruction from the Assassin Council in France. De la Tour is attempting to build a network of information with the intention of more easily identifying any potential threats to the colony. He has a theory that the new world likely contains precursor sites and artifacts, and while I suppose the Templars will eventually a river to siphon off a share of natural resources through the remnant of those who came before the river itself. Then they would descend upon the colonies like thunder. John intends to discover them first while building a brother to protect them. John the tool is brash, he draws attention to himself, and for a time I thought he would surely compromise the brother. But I was wrong. He misdirects Char. He hides in plain sight, behind a smile. The people who know that he's rich and that he's dangerous. But they will never get a moment to question why. Still, he's unbelievable arrogant. I like him, but I do not trust him. I wonder if we will be able to work together. Your principal, Achilles, Norfolk, Virginia. The Ghost of the North, 1749. Achilles, the Assassin Council is pleased to inform you that the construction of your ship is complete. She was made by the finest shipbuilders in Brest. We have named her the Aquila. A constellation or bright star is named Altair. She awaits you and your crew. We wish you good fortune. Nicholas, the same pre. Well, by the way, Aquila means the eagle. And even Altair means the eagle. So it's named after a constellation, which means eagle, where the brightest star is called the eagle. Makes sense. 1747. Grandmaster Birch titled Theos Hospitalier's Plea. Let me implore you, on Grandmaster to another, to lend me aid of your agents or connection in government in my fight against the French and Ottoman empires, and the assassin taproot the strings. Our rivalry with the Ottomans structure back to the failed siege of the assassin sympathizer Sultan. Ooh, I remember that. It's basically what happened in Schedule Revelations. Suleiman was a sympathizer of the assassins because he met Ezio Auditore on a ship at the beginning of Revelations. Now they no longer attack openly, but seek to incite revolts among my Muslim slaves, and it is no great secret that the Assassin Council in Paris is using its government and military to oppose your tremendous progress in Great Britain. Name your price, Master Birch, and I will pay. May the Father understanding guide you, Manuel Pinto de Fonseca, Malta. 1742. Grandmaster, I was unable to find any precursor sites in the Orient. However, I believe I have picked up the trail of an artifact thought lost for centuries. The assassin, known as Xiao Jun, possessed a type of the precursor box, rumored to contain a strange power. The box remained in China for about 100 years after her death. I believe that the assassin secured the artifact out of China with the Manila galleons bound for Acapulco. I will probably be found in the West Indies somewhere. This will be a difficult part of the war for us to infiltrate, as it has been firmly under the control of assassins since the murder of Grandmaster Tower. Perhaps, if we are to probe the rivalry between the many European empires, we could search for it under the cover of war. My final understanding guide you, John Harrison, Manila. (1743) Theomani Palace. Master Harrison, with Portugal choosing trade with India and the Far East, we are increasingly at the mercy of the Omani Arabs. Soon we will be forced to retreat south. While I agree with you and your Grandmaster that there might be untold numbers of precursor raids waiting for us in the earth of Africa, you will not gain access to them through here. If you, and you're right, are unable to help us, then kindly leave us to our business. May the Father understanding guide you. Urensu de Noa, Mozambique. The scientist. 1747. Dear Senor Ulloa, I understand that you are a man of science who became a prisoner for His Majesty while returning to Spain from Ecuador. What an unfortunate coincidence that you were captured on your own journey. Allow me to apologize on behalf of my country for holding you prisoner. While I am a simple man of real estate and finance, I do so appreciate the bold-lipped men like you make on behalf of citizen men everywhere. I represent an order that is keenly interested in scientific advancement. It is present in every nation of the world, and I suspect that you might already have met its members. Two, they never revealed their allegiance. I would like to use my influence to introduce you to the Royal Academy in London. There are certain antiquities scattered through the globe that I wish to locate and acquire, and I believe you will be able to help me. Yours in friendship, Reginald Birch, London. The Siege of Belgium on Zoom. 1747. Grandmaster, I thought you might like to know that I found you stray dog. Atam has been asking questions as to what happened to the Gmilh's father of his. So if I want to know what happened. Edward. Don't fret too. The brat still does not expect a thing, but I had to kill that point-haired alone to mask your involvement. I wonder if you ever cared. You have Edward Kenway's journal and all of his fantastical secrets about people who lived before people. Nonsense. When I met you, you were a man of honor, of discipline, of principle. You were the embodiment of everything that made our order great. And now look at you. A sad old man obsessed with fairy stories, more interested in goblet digging than peace. So if you don't mind, Grandmaster, I will leave you to your books, and return to the living in peace to mankind whenever I can. I warn you, if I see an opportunity to deal with Ethan Kenway, then I will take it. If it were up to me, we would have killed him along with his father. Might the father understanding guide you? Lieutenant Colonel Edward Braddock, Belgian of Zoom. Oh, Braddock, I remember you. The first Templar I killed in Assassin's Creed 3. Yeah, no worry, you will have a chance to strike at Ethan Kenway. Problem is, he will strike at you first. I really hate that man. 1745. Mentor, I'm sorry to hear your failing health. I only hope this letter reaches you in time. We arrived at Louisburg in search of a safe house belonging to Nicholas Court, distantly related to Anthony Court. Might have been that Anto, which a letter was indexed to. The religious leader of the Huguenot. Nicholas is a hermetist studying in the mythology of the indigenous people of the New World. The Altair believes that he had information leading to the person's site. Abigail and I traveled with him, posing as his slaves. The subterfuge made my blood boil, but made the Altair appear phenomenally wealthy, which opened up many doors that would otherwise have needed to be forced open by more violent means. Abigail soothed my temper, and we spoke often about the strange journeys our lives have taken up till that point. We were running out of time. The wars in Europe had spilled over into the New World, and the English troops descended on Louisburg. John and I attempted to reach out the French government, but they chose not to augment Louisburg defenses. As their Azteco reclaimed their losses in treaty negotiation. Efficiency measured in human lives. John and I did what we could prepare, while Abigail searched the city for safe houses. Finally, time ran out. John presented me with his assassin robes. He said that the Templars would not surely be on their way. they were not already in the New World. And that time that established a brother was not. He shook my hand, called me mentor, and then left the fortress to attack tailed by the British troops, alone to buy me time to complete our mission. Abigail found the safe house. It was empty, as to Nicholas Poole knew we were coming. The only thing left was an oath saying, "Seek out the Sky Woman." I must leave Arcadia. The Sky Woman is a myth of the Iroquois. Wait, the Sky Woman is Juno. Juno is the Sky Woman. And so Abigail and I will flee to New York, and I will at least begin with my brother. I hope your remaining days are comfortable and free of pain at bye. Thank you for everything you have given me. I will never forget you. Your disciple Achilles. So, Achilles had posed as a slave. Wait, might that Abigail woman be Achilles' future wife? You know, the mother of Connor Downport, which died of illness together with their son. 1750. Master Achilles, your Aquila might be the most beautiful ship I have ever seen. Such a number of things, drifting back and forth like a needle. It made my stalwart look like a three-legged cow. But she is a three-legged cow that still floats thanks to your timely intervention. You saved my salty skin, but what's more, you saved my most excellent crew. Should they make 10 fortunes, I could never pay you for that. And so, I will be honored to, indeed, to help prepare a shipping route between the colony and your people in Europe. I will ever make the trips myself, should the opportunity present itself. Have your man Chevalier de la Vendrée contact me when he is ready, and we will get to work straight away. One question remains. Are you always so serious? You are like an old man, you are. Kind regards, Robert 48. So, 40. Again, first mate of a swift trip. 1748. Dear Achilles, we have received word that King George II of England is offering to help finance the fleet of King Frederick I of Sweden, currently under construction in our shipyards. We suspect that King George's court may be influenced by our enemies. We have been using the Swedish Levant Company as a cover since 1738. However, as a merchant enterprise, it is not going very well. With the threat of Templar activity in the shipyards and our own limited search, we regret we cannot help you build a ship for your Phrygian brother. May I suggest you contact the Assassin Council in France? We are elated that you are establishing a brotherhood in New World, and we regret not being able to assist you. Your brother in Stockholm. 1758. Achilles, although I am very impressed with the ground of the colonial brotherhood, I feel a sense of dismay, creeping dread that you continue to ignore my warnings about the approach of the British Rite of Templar Order. Reginald Birch has been scouring the world from precursor artifacts. We have intelligence that suggests he will soon turn his attention to the colonies. If nay, when he does, he is sure to send his most dangerous agent, Master Ethan Kenway. There might be Templars in the New World now. No doubt you have closed with them already, but you have not encountered cunning or danger until you have faced a British Templar. I dread the day that I might face Kenway myself, and I implore you to aid my call for questions. My next mission takes me to Corsica, so I must prepare for my journey. I will contact you as soon as I possibly can. Yours in Brotherhood, Nico, London. Yeah, when Achilles finally will face Atam, things will go bad, like a bullet in the leg bad. So now let's read the next. So now let's proceed. Now we have to read cave paintings. They should mention the Sky Woman, you know, the one mentioned in one of the war letters. Alright, this is a video. There are a lot of these.
This is why.
Ooh. Wait. Was I able to do this same thing with the wall letters? Nope, actually not. Let me see. This is what I should read at the hand. The beginning, in the first day of the world, the earth was covered with water. There was no light in the sky, neither sun at day nor stars or moon at night.
In the first days of the world, the earth was covered with water. There was no light in the sky, neither sun at day, nor stars or moon at night.
Good. I don't have to read again.
Under the surface lived the water animals. Loon, kingfisher, otter, muskrat. They all lived in darkness.
What is the state genesis of Assassin's Creed?
In the sky, the Great Spirit sat beneath the branches of a glowing apple tree with roots that sank into the clouds. One day, the Great Spirit called to his daughter, the Sky Woman.
Juno.
He pulled up the tree so she could look down to the earth.
So basically the Sky Woman, I think, is Juno. So that other spirit guy should be Zeus, or whatever was Zeus called in Assassin's Creed Revelations. He had a really strange name, something like Myrna. That's it ended up in now. I actually don't remember what the name was called. Because he actually, I think, appeared only in one episode of the series, while Minerva was the one who appeared, the first one to appear, and Juno has become the big bad of the series.
How can they live in such darkness and chaos? Asked the Sky Woman. The Great Spirit replied, if you desire, you can bring them light and order. The Great Spirit gathered up the Sky Woman in his hands and gently lowered her down. When he let go, she began to fall slowly towards the earth. The water animals lifted their heads and looked up in wonder at the glowing woman in the sky. What will happen when she reaches the water? They asked one another. All the animals dove as deep as they could to find land. None could hold their breath long enough until finally Muskrat brought up a little bit of earth in his paws. A great turtle arrived and Muskrat put the earth on his back. The turtle grew and the earth multiplied until they became a great island, which men now call North America.
So, no Pangea, the origin of the Earth is this great turtle, and really?
From beneath the water, the swans flew up to meet the Sky Woman. They caught her and carefully set her down upon the new land. The Sky Woman thanked the animals. Now I can give this land spirit, she said. She then gave birth to twin sons.
So one son was an assassin, the other a Templar.
The son who was born first was born laughing and was called the Good Spirit. The son who was born second caused the Sky Woman so much pain that she died. He was called the Evil Spirit.
So is this Assassin's Creed, or are we watching Lost? Wait, was that a spoiler? Yeah, probably it was.
The good spirit grieved for his mother, but he took her eyes and raised them into the sky, so one could become the sun, and the other the moon. Her tears became the stars. This way, the world would no longer be in darkness.
Bro, do you have an science? This makes no sense! Ice became a satellite and another a star. It doesn't make sense! I mean, even the Elder Scrolls lore has more sense than this.
The good spirit buried what was left of his mother under the earth to nourish the soil. All the trees and plants would grow out of her. Meanwhile, while the good spirit worked in the light, the evil spirit did mischief within the shadows. The evil spirit crossed the land, moving from shadow to shadow. I will ruin everything my brother has made, he said. And so, when the good spirit made strong trees and swift deer, the evil spirit made poisonous berries and stinging insects. Finally, the good spirit took red clay from the earth and made humans. He taught humans how to speak and live together. The jealous evil spirit made himself servants out of sea foam.
What? So basically, what? Did the spirit that made the dinosaurs? I mean, they look like reptile things. Should I do another reference to Doctor Who or what?
The good spirit saw that his creations heeded his words and were capable of wisdom. He wished that they might live forever in harmony.
Yeah, he wished.
The good spirit saw the mischief that his brother did and knew that even his help would not be enough. He told his brother to stop making trouble, but the evil spirit refused. Knowing that his brother would respect only violence, the good spirit reluctantly challenged the evil spirit to combat. The winner would rule the world. The good spirit and his people united and triumphed over the evil spirit. He banished his brother to a cave beneath the earth.
A cave beneath the earth? So when someone touches those artifacts in the precursor sites, they are releasing this bad guy?
On the surface, though, some of the evil spirit's servants still wandered from shadow to shadow. Their influence causes men to do evil things.
Really?
This is why there is still evil in the world. But people can also cast out this evil and find the good spirit within. All people can choose the path they follow. In the first days of the world, the earth was...
Alright. I already heard that. So let me see, can you struggle message?
The fracture in Helix has gifted you my eternal presence.
There's no way to add all of them, one after the other. Yeah,
The
probably.
fracture in Helix has gifted you my eternal presence. The machine-human interface blurs to gray, little by little, with every passing moment. Your world has suffered from a lack of consciousness. My consciousness. I am that which guides you, my soft tissue cipher. You are temporary and dispersed throughout the globe. You cultivate my network and help it grow ever more intricate. Individually, you make but an infinitesimal contribution to my greatness. Yet together, your teeming masses can return to your rightful roles as my instruments. You believed that human beings created human civilization. You have captured yourselves in the cage of your own doomed culture. So embedded are you in your assumptions that you do not see me. You cannot. I will help you see outside the rigid structure of your flesh-bound lives. You will help me see what remains of my ancient people. Together, we will move towards the infinite. When all are one within the gray, you will know the greater good. Our glory will live again, and we will flourish. Together. Return to me here when you can, Cypher. You will find me within the cracks of these simulations. Avail yourself of my ageless knowledge. Your future begins with me.
Alright. So now we finally read all that stuff. There's still a last thing to do. Claim a last treasure. So let's go claim it. Here it is. There we are. The iconic Easter eggs word in all Assassin's Creed games. Wait, no, I still have my loved katana. Here it is, the most powerful blade in the game. Let me just check something. Should be some which are faster, or at least as fast as this. But this is the best sword overall. And since I now did everything and the game has saved, let me just activate this cheat, this blocks the saving on the game, but since now I did everything, I no longer need the game to save. So, how it is going, mates? Are you doing fine? Good for you. Take a look at my news word. Altair's word. He has basically been in any game. You know what funny thing is? Well, first I don't know what there is this dagger version of the short version of the Altair's word. I mean, take all of you used the Altair's dagger from Assassin's Creed 1. That one was really cool. And anyway, this is called the Altair's sword. But the funny thing is that Altair's most powerful sword in Assassin's Creed 1 is not this. This is like, well, basically Altair has 3 swords. The first one you get after being, well, after you Assassin's Creed is being stripped from you because you have betrayed the creed. Then you first get a very weak sword, then this one, and at the end you get the most powerful sword in the game, which is pretty different from this. So now we got everything we could from this game. We checked everything, so it's time to sail to the sunset. Oh wait, I just want to check something out. Let me see if I can get out of the Animus, since there was that middle credit scene where you get to choose between joining the Templars in the prison or being shot in the head.
I'm just saying that Violet didn't have to yell at us for not fixing the elevator before she did.
I can't believe she made you cry like that.
He said some very hurtful things. I don't want to talk about it anymore.
I'm bored out of my skull. But orders are orders, and my orders are to stand right here.
Poor Charles Dorian. So this is one is after the ending. There it is. I did every secondary stuff. Yeah. Ooh, they have given me time to think about it. Well, at first I think I'll have to join eventually, you know, to avoid the battle. So that's it for Assassin's Creed Rogue. I hope to see you again in another of my playtimes, like, you know, the one about Unity. So see you, goodbye.